Hi everyone. I'm going to be covering every aspect of looking for and finding that new job for you. I've been on both sides. I've been like this lady here, being interviewed by numerous people with questions being thrown at me in every direction, and I've done very well. And I've also been on the other side where I have been doing the interviewing. And there's also been times where I've been hired on the spot. So I think with my experience, I can definitely help you find that new job, that perfect job for you. And also, I am going to be brutally honest and share a few things with you that I have found along the way that might help you. So, the first thing I'm going to start with is actually looking for the job. So, the site that I have used to find my past positions was Indeed. And Indeed is also the site where every employer that I've ever worked for used to find new employees. It's an excellent site because it has every job listed from every other site. So, any job anywhere on the internet more than likely will be on Indeed. And just to show you that I definitely know what I'm talking about and I'm definitely a determined person, you can see here that I have applied for almost 1,000 jobs. And the reason why I applied for so many jobs when I was looking for a job the last few times is because that will increase your odds. So if you think you're just going to get online and apply for a few jobs and get that perfect job, it's not going to work that way because these employers that are posting these ads, they are getting hundreds and hundreds of replies. So your odds are not going to be that good unless you put a whole lot of effort in. So not only did I almost apply for about 1,000 jobs over the last few years when I was in between jobs, when I found a job that I really, really liked, I applied for it more than once because I knew being on the other side, posting jobs and looking for employees, I knew that these employers were getting hundreds and hundreds of responses. So as you can see here, most of my past positions were supervisor, administrative, office manager type of positions. So that's what I applied for. And so, for instance, I would have a goal. Okay, today I am definitely going to look for 25 jobs. And then the next day I would have a goal. So that's how I basically found every job that I ever had by, just applying and being very, very persistent. And it definitely worked for me. And so the next step that's going to happen, if you're lucky enough to get that call, initially, you're going to get an interview over the phone. So you're going to have a phone interview. Sometimes they'll email you and say, we looked at your resume and we'd like to set up a phone interview. So that way, it'll give you some time to prepare what you're going to say. Set aside time that day, let's say 2 o'clock tomorrow, to get this phone interview. And also, there has never been a time that I had a phone interview that I didn't get an in-person interview. So basically, anytime I've ever gotten a phone interview, I've basically gotten the job. So I can definitely help you and go over some questions that the employer might ask you, things that worked for me. So let's say your phone interview goes well and you're lucky enough to get an in-person interview. Of course, make sure that you go into your interview dressed nice because I'll tell you a few things. When I've worked at past positions and we were hiring, that actually made the difference. If somebody would come in not dressed the best, it would be pointed out. Oh, so and so came in and they only had a t shirt and jeans on. So I don't care what kind of job you're interviewing for, even if it's industrial, if it's an interview, go dressed as nice as you possibly can. And you don't have to buy new clothes or anything like that if you don't have any, but just basically go look like you're trying to dress nice. And another thing, I'm going to go over some questions in a minute. But don't be too nervous. When you're going in for an interview, you have to have this mindset. Not only are they doing something for you, you're doing something for them. So have that confidence that you're going in and you're also, they're checking you out. Yes, they're going to check you out, but you're checking them out too. The first thing I've ever done when going in for an interview, I looked at my atmosphere. Do I want to work in this place? Do I want to work here? So that's really important. Just don't be too nervous because it goes both ways, is what I'm trying to say. You go in and you interview them too. What can you bring to the table? So go in with the mindset, I really want this job. What can I do for this company? So in the interview, be well spoken, be relaxed, be confident, and here's some basic questions. You can look online just like I found these questions here, most common questions and how to answer them. And I have my own answers in what I've used, that works for me. So you might want to go and look up these questions and just see how you would answer these questions. So that's some helpful tips right there. I never have a problem in an interview. I've interviewed a lot. So I'm really relaxed and confident, and I can let them know what I can do for them. You know what I mean? So that's how I always do very, very well. And sorry I'm skipping over this, but if you're having a problem with writing the perfect cover letter or, making your resume, you can also find tips online, because when I am looking over resumes and cover letters, if I see like bad grammar, spelling mistakes, I'm going to pass that one over and go to the next one that put a lot of effort into their cover letter and to their resume. So that's really, really important. So basically what you're going to want to do, you're going to want to apply for a lot of jobs just to improve your odds. And you're going to want to prepare for your phone interview, be confident, relaxed. And honestly, a lot of my interviews have just turned into conversations, just, random things. They've been really, really relaxed, and I've been hired on the spot numerous times. So basically, that is it. Apply for a whole lot of jobs, prepare for your phone interview, and hopefully you're relaxed at your interview and you get that job. And this is another important thing. I don't know if this has anything to do with anything, but when you're looking for a job and you find a good company, and let's say the pay is not the greatest, you are really disappointed. Everything is great. The location is great. You like the way the company is. You seem to like the people, the atmosphere, but the pay is not the greatest. Take the job anyway because it has potential. First of all, take the job if you're definitely in need of a job and you like everything else except the pay. Go into that job, prove yourself. Once they see that you are a good employee and you can do a lot for the company, even ask to be cross trained. That is an amazing thing to do for a company, because if you're cross trained and you know many aspects of the business and the company, the more valuable you're going to be to that company. And then when you go to ask for that raise, that pay increase, you're more likely to get it. So, with one of my past jobs, I can use this as an example. I liked everything about it. I liked the location. I liked the atmosphere. I liked the people. When he told me how much the starting pay was, I was really disappointed. For some reason, something told me to take that job. 8 months later, after I proved myself and everything, I got a $10,000 a year pay increase because I asked for it. And initially, when I wrote out my email and told him how much I loved the company and what I can do for the company and that I want to be cross trained, and I asked for a pay increase, initially they said no. So what I did with that was that wasn't good enough. I loved that job. I loved the company. I went back with another email and even gave them another proposal and told them, I love this place so much. I love my job and I really don't want to leave, but it looks like I'm going to have to find work elsewhere because I'm just not making ends meet. Well, to make a long story short, I did get the $10,000 a year pay increase and I was able to stay. And since then, I actually found a better job that I'm working at right now, but that's a different video, a different story. But anyway, I hope these tips really, really helped you. It's all about being confident, it's about being well spoken, it's about knowing your worth and what you can bring to the company, it's about being persistent. I'm a very, very persistent person. If I set my mind to something, no matter how long it takes, I usually get it. You can tell here by me applying for 1,000 jobs. So I hope this was useful. If there's anybody watching this video that can add to my tips or anything that I missed to help somebody out, please leave me a comment down below and let me know if any of these tips helped you. And again, thank you so much for watching. Bye.